just going to get started right now. I'm going to do, there was a killer sunset uh, yesterday in Seattle, so I'm using two brushes right now. I'm going to use one with white and one for the color, so I don't have to keep rinsing the brushes. So, because the sky was very pastel looking, so it went from yellow, orange, pink, purple. So I'm going to cut this in half. I'm going to put some white right here at the bottom in the middle, and then grab some my other brush and grab some yellow ochre, and let's blend it into that white. Yellow ochre. It's going to be a cool sunset because I'm going to have a dark landscape over this, and I'm going to design it all with the knife. It's going to be pretty awesome. Let's grab some more white. You can wet your brush a little with water and just put some white up here. We're going to put another color in there right now. I'm going to put a little bit of yellow right above the yellow ochre. Now I'm going to grab some red. And we should get a pink color in the white. And let's just blend that in. A nice pink color. Blend it down into the yellow a little bit. This is going to be a cool sunset. Grab your other brush, get a little more white, and we're going to put purple up here now. Just hit that whole top with some titanium white. You got to go quick because it dries fast. Now grab a little bit of violet right out of the tube, and let's blend that in. Blend it into the white. And we'll bring it down. You also get this other cool color, like an orangey, like an orange sherbet. Let's blend that down into the pink. Get a nice blend on it. Look at that sky already. Just imagine, because I'm going to have some dark trees going across this. It's going to look awesome. Now rinse your brush off. And I'm going to, here's my paper towels. This is the sky. It's going to look pretty cool. Let's blend. I want to blend this yellow ochre down a bit. Maybe get a little more white in there, because it's a little too dark for me. All right, there's the sky. Look at that. Let's see how that looks in the camera. Wow. That's what the sunset looked like yesterday here in Seattle. My friend sent me the picture of her backyard, and man, it was awesome. All right, so there we go. Now I'm going to start designing a landscape here with the knife. I mixed sap green and black. Let's start by running a nice, let me show you my palette. I just got all the colors down here. This is sap green with black in it, and I'll probably use this color to design the landscape now. So what I do, I just get a little bit of color on there, and let's cut the landscape straight across here with the knife. We'll have a nice horizon right there, okay? So the sun probably went down right about in here somewhere. And if you saw me do one I did the other day like this, it came out pretty wicked. And I have a couple more exercises to do. If you haven't subscribed yet, I got one like this. This is the actual sunset from my friend. She sent me a picture and I came up with a way to paint it pretty quick like this. So go ahead and subscribe. I got a lot of cool ideas coming up, and the way I paint, if you follow me, you'll paint it, but it'll be your own painting, right? Because yours is gonna look different than mine. You might start your horizon down here, who knows? You might use different colors, but I'm just showing you some cool tips. What I like to do usually with this, I like to design some kind of, if I want a river in here, I'll design the river now. But let's put some hills on the side first, and then I'll think about a river. So maybe I want everything to come to the center today, or we can bring a hill from here to here and make everything fall towards this way. Let's do that. Let's start like some kind of hill over here. We'll have it come way up here, way up in the sky here. A nice cliff coming down here. Just design it in there with the knife. Doesn't have to be perfect, just rub the color in there. You can pull it down, create some cool stuff in there, just like that. And we'll have the same thing on the other side coming maybe from here down. Just put the color in. These will be some kind of maybe cliffs coming down. So back here is where I'm going to want my water to come from. So I'm going to design some land here. We'll have the river pretty small at first here. Put some more land in here. See the river here in the middle coming down so far. Let's put another hill over here, maybe coming from here. Just using your knife. And we'll have that river continue down this way. Let's bring the river out here to the side. River's going to come down here, down into here. Let's put a hill over here, maybe right about here. It's a fun way to design your landscape. Once I get all, this is almost like sketching using a pencil, but you're actually using paint. This is black and sap green. So I'm going to bring, I'll have another hill right here, maybe cliffs, some kind of rocky cliff right here. fiber coming down the middle here out. All right, so there we go. It's a cool little landscape. I'm thinking what I'm going to want. I'm not going to do it with the, well, maybe I'll do it with the knife. We could put some like rolling hills back here. Way in the distance there. Maybe we'll have the sun, we'll put the edge of the sun in there by the time the painting's done. And we'll have some cool clouds coming up here and maybe coming around like in a round formation up there. There we go. There, I kind of like that. I'll put trees in there and stuff, but that's just the landscape right now. What I want to do is put the water in now. I want it to reflect, I guess, what we have in the sky right there, right? So let's start with some of this yellow ochre. I'm going to mix a little bit of white and yellow ochre. Try not to hit your black yet. Put a little yellow ochre in here. And then we got some pink. Put a little red. I'm just going to try and lightly put the colors in. And then purple. Maybe I'll just make the whole water purple down here. Yeah. All right, I got to let this dry first before I can put the water in. But I do want the water to reflect like what's in the sky up there. But you can see I'm getting too much green into the water because it's still wet. So let's do this hill over here. I'm going to make this gray over here. I'm going to mix a little black and white. Maybe I should show you what I'm doing. Black and white and maybe a little brown in it. Burnt umber. I'm using a filbert brush. Let's put that color in here. I'm going to try and leave some of the black in there and just kind of glaze it in there. Brownish gray color. I just want to see what it looks like if I leave some of the black in there. I'm trying to create new things, you know. I have some brown hills over here. Down here I'm going to make that a nice, add a little more white to it, to the brown, just a little more white. And lighten up this groundwork down here. Same thing over here. All right, good, good. I'm going to make this dark green right here. I'm just going to use the sap green that I've made all this cliff work with and just fill this in with that color. I'm going to wet my brush. Make this sap green down here. Sap green, and it's got plenty of black in it, so it's going to remain dark. Okay. Same thing over here. Sap green. I'm just trying to get some underpaint in right now. This isn't the final look. Down here I'm going to put gray. Rinse my brush off and mix some black and white and get a grayish color here. I want this to almost be like rocks down here. Like just like that. All right, now I'm going to put the water in. It should be dry enough now. I'm going to make this all purple down here. I'm going to mix a little of my violet with some titanium white. I'm going to start down here with the water. I want the water to reflect what's in the sky. This is just the underpaint. I mean, don't think that this is going to be the final look. So, just trying to get the underpaint in right now. I think it'll look cool. I did a painting before where I had a yellow river, and it came out looking pretty awesome with the yellow river. Look at that. It's almost reflecting the way. Let's put those mountains in back there. I want them to be a light. Let's make them like a purplish red color. I'm going to mix a little purple, add a little bit of red to it, and I think that's what I want these hills to be. Like they're reflecting the color of the sky is reflecting on them. If it doesn't look good, I'll just make them gray. But there we go. That looks pretty good. This almost looks like it's going to be a fantasy type painting. But I think it's going to look all right. I'm pretty sure. Grab a little white now, and I'm going to put some hills down here. Some titanium white. Put put a I want it to look like it's tiered. I lost my scarf. This is just a little white. I'm kind of lightening up some of the areas so it looks like it's almost trying to create some hills and stuff in here. All right, there we go. So it's got a little bit of depth. I'll have to rework that. What I'm going to do here, I'm going to lighten up just the bottom of this hill here, this mountain. Just the bottom part. Put a little white and burnt umber. Cool. I gotta mix some more sap green and black. Might be able to use just black up here. Trying to create some ledges up here. With black. Cool. It looks really cool. Put a little white on top. It's almost becoming like a knife piece. I like working with the knife. Look at that. It's looking pretty good. I think I'm almost done with the, I think I'm done with the underpaint. Now I can finish all this water, put some trees in there. Let's do some trees before you shut off the video. Because once I get the trees going in here, that's when it looks cool. Let me try something real quick with the. I don't know what kind of trees to put up here though. Let's just press some color in here and see what kind of tree comes out up here. This is just black, okay? I have a tree kind of leaning in. This way. Yeah, so just I'm just using black and trying to create some cool trees up top there. I think I kind of like that. Maybe over here I'm just going to make some bushes down low here. I'm leaving some of the color underneath so it has a lighter bottom down there. Let's put a tree right here. Different style. There we go. Let's see how that's looking. Not bad. Well, you get the idea. You could put any kind of trees you want up there. I have one coming from the side over there. All right, I'm going to move down now. I'll do some more of that later. What I want is I want a big tree over here going up. Trying to find a smaller brush. Let's just put some cool trees in here now. I'm going to think there's going to be a tree right in here going up. this is why I don't do these, that's why I do evergreen trees a lot, because these type of trees here, they take some time to design, you know. Unless you like watching me do this, it's fine. But anytime you do a light sky like that, and you put something dark over it, it's going to look really cool. So you could pretty much put anything in here dark and over this color. It's going to look pretty awesome. Okay. Down here, I want to have a big tree over here, so I'm going to use my, this is a round, number 6 round, okay? And let's put a dark, I'm going to start this tree from maybe just right here on the left, I mean the right, and have the trunk coming from out of the scene and kind of lean it in a little bit. This one's going to go straight up through the picture. I'm making it as round as the paintbrush is thick. All the way up through the picture. Look at that. Let's put a Y up there. We'll put a Y right in here. Look at that, guys. Now you can make this your own painting. You don't have to follow exactly what I'm doing, but hopefully this gives you some ideas, you know. We'll start a tree down here now. And I don't want to mess a lot of that up there. I'm going to start it about here on this hill. You got to keep that in mind here too, you know. But I'll make it, I kind of want it down here because I want this tree to be really big, so it goes boom, 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 all right? So I'm going to bring it from down here. I'm just going to make my tree first. When you make your tree, kind of make it in sections, like here, 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 here. Just don't go straight up with it. Here, 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 and widen it out. This tree is going to be in the foreground, so I'm going to make this one pretty big so it has some kind of depth, okay? You know what I mean. And this is going to have a Y on it as well. Let's start it. Let's start it about here, about where the hill's at. I'm going to come up and then over above that one. I'm putting these in pretty quick. When you do your painting, you're going to come back and you're going to really make the edges of your trees look nice and straight, okay? You'll take your brush and you're going to maybe create some little things coming out of the sides like that. It'll make the tree look a lot better, okay? I'm just not doing it on this painting. I'm just putting in the main part. I'll have to finish edging all these trees and making them nice and perfect, okay? And black, perfectly black, because it's a sunset, okay? You don't want any color in there. Make sure these are totally black. All right, this is looking good. Looking good. I'm seeing a lot of I'm glad I left that black in there because it's creating some kind of cliffs in there. You know what I mean? Let me fix my water back there real quick now that it. So I want the first part of the river to be that yellow ochre here. So I'm going to mix a little white and yellow ochre. I'm going to use a small brush. I want this first part yellow, like the sky. Then it turns to this pink. Let me get the pink going again. Just red and white. More white, I'd say. You could put the pink in there and then grab some white and blend it in there while it's wet to get a nice transition right in there. Although this small brush isn't good for blending. This is more of a detail brush, but there's some of that orange color. See that? It's like a sherbet. Alright, there's the water. I kind of like that. I like the way the water's changing colors like the sky. This turned out pretty good for, I've never painted one like this before. Let's see who's on. Peggy's on. How you doing, Peggy? Did you freeze last night? I hope your pipes didn't break. Let me read. Yeah. Well, I'm going to probably, hopefully I can finish this one before it's over. I mean, I pretty much got the landscape done. The water's looking good. Look how that water's changing from a yellow to pink to purple. This is awesome. Wow. Got distant trees back there. I'll probably put one over. I should have put one over on this side of the hill here, but this tree's there. We got a smaller tree here. It's like we got some depth. I'll put maybe a tree back here, a small one, so it looks like we got depth in the painting. It's looking pretty good. We got this distant hill that's reflecting the color of the sky. This all came about just now. I just did this on the fly. Now what I like to do around, let me fix my purple here. because I kind of got some of the dark color in there. Just a little violet and white mixture. Want to get rid of some of that dark color in there. Get a little bit of white. It's almost like a pastel color. To get these two colors to meet together, even though it's dry, just take a little titanium white and blend those two together with titanium white. Then you'll get some kind of transition, okay? Even though it's dry already. There we go, that looks better. Now the edges, I want this to look pretty normal in some regard. So I'm going to put a little groundwork down here, which will be a burnt umber. Now I don't like the burnt umber out of the tube. The viscosity is pretty bad. You can pretty much see through it. So you got to mix something with it. Let's put a little black in it. This is burnt umber with a little black to make the viscosity better, so it covers better. Or you can use white, okay? But if you use burnt umber right out of the tube, you're not going to get any coverage. So let's put a little groundwork. I'm just going to brush it in. And maybe pull a little bit of it into the water. Just like that. I'm going to edge this with, let me get a smaller brush. I'm going to edge it with titanium white. We'll put a little dirt, a little groundwork under a lot of this area here. You don't have to put it everywhere. Just a little bit of burnt umber with black. You could actually just brush it in too back here. Try to do this quickly. Very good. I'm not going to put any dirt back here. You probably wouldn't see it that far back. I'm going to let this dry for a second, then I'm going to put some water on the edge. Just looking pretty good. I would say, hey, let's turn these into birch trees, but that would ruin it. It really would. It would make them too bright. I like the look of the dark trees. I'm going to put a few more branches on here, but I don't want to do it now and bore you guys. But I am going to put some things out here in the grass, some more bushes and stuff. So, if you notice when you use a brush, you get a different look. You see this white up here? And then I scrape the white in up here, with a knife. You see how you get a different look? Because the knife, it sets on top of the paint and a brush will blend in. So, but down here in the water, I like to use a knife, and I'll show you why. I'm just going to edge just on the right side of my dirt here with some titanium white. I'm using the small edge because I don't want it to come out too far. But just edge the edge of the dirt with white. You could pull some of it out into the river. What it ends up looking like is the water splashing up on the side, okay? Now, if you do that with a brush, you're going to get a different look. It's going to blend in like that up there, okay? That's why I like using a knife here. Watch, I'm going to do, this is pretty big down here, so I can do it quickly here with the knife. Keep your knife straight and just let the follow the edge of your dirt and just throw the white in there. I call it white water. It's the water that, you know, is foaming up, splashing down the river, okay? That looks pretty good. I'm liking it. It doesn't look like the colors you see in nature, but it's really more of like a fantasy piece, I'd say. These look like rocks here, so what I'm going to do, get a little bit of white on my knife and put some tops on there. There we go. Good enough. I'm gonna run a little bit of water like up onto the dirt now. Coming up. Just like that. Alright guys, I think this is looking pretty good. I mean, I don't want there to be a part 2, but I do have to finish this up, and like I said, you got to make all these edges look nice and tight, and make sure your trees are, you have these edges really blacked in, okay? It makes it look a lot better when the edge of the tree is painted in correctly. You have to do some detail work. It really makes the trees pop. Like I said, you could put in different designs down here on your trees. You can make them pop out a little. Put little imperfections in your trunks going up. It's looking pretty good. Ba-da-ba. I'm going to do a little bit of the water right here with my brush, and I'll show you the difference when you use a brush rather than a knife. I mean, it still looks good. It's just a different look. I like the look of the knife, because it makes the white stand out a little more. But it all depends what you're going for in your painting, you know. The brush is a little easier because you got more control. All right, I kind of like it. Let's put some bushes in now. I'm going to use a fan brush. Since this is a sunset, all you got to do now is just touch in some color, okay, for your bushes, and then just pull the bottom one way or the other, and then pull some color into the actual grass, just some dark color, just like that, and we got some instant bushes there. Back here, you just want to get smaller, okay, in the distance. Just like that. Just put bushes on, if you end up doing this piece or something similar, just put bushes on top of your hills here. And just remember to pull the bottom. With this painting, you just got to pull the bottom back. Let some of that dark get into your hills like this. It'll create some shadows, okay? It's a different type of painting because the sun's down. Everything out here should just be dark, okay? It's looking pretty good. I got a lot of views on, I did an exercise piece YouTube finally let me get some views. That was nice. All right, I'm kind of liking it. I think I'm going to finish it up now, and it's been almost an hour, so you know what we need. If you've watched my videos before, Peggy knows. I always say, don't forget your twigs, right? Run some twigs. You could run some twigs down here. I mean, there's a lot left to do to make this look pretty good. I like to put some birds up there. There we go, a nice sunset. This is the sunset from yesterday my friend sent me. I did this little painting. I'm going to do a video of how to make this small one. But it was the same principle. The yellow, orange, pink, purple. This was her backyard. I mean, it looks pretty awesome. And I'll make a video of that small piece, but I wanted to do it something similar on a large piece. Put some twigs in there. I think this will look good. That's about all you need to see on this one. I'll finish it up. I'm going to tighten up all my trees and put some more twigs, of course. But there you go, guys. Thanks for watching. I really think this came out pretty good. It's more of a fantasy piece, but I like the layout. Well, there's no part 2 because all I'm going to do is put more twigs in and tighten up those trees. There's not much more I'm going to do to it. I kind of like it like that. But I will do that other painting, the smaller one of Stacy's backyard. Man, that picture was awesome. Keep in mind this river is kind of reflecting the sky up there, so if you do this one. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next video. Have a good week. Cheers.